What's going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and as promised, we've got another episode, a brand new draft to power, new squad coming up here, 10-0 to the record. Gonna pick that 4-3-3 holding. As I mentioned last time, I'm having some success with the 4-3-3. Looked at all the options, about picked Iniesta. And I thought, you know what, I'll give you guys someone you maybe thought you wouldn't see in here, that informed Daniel Sturridge. He's gonna be the man that we're gonna go with. Gonna go ahead and... This was the tough one. I should have picked Lucas. It's just one of those things that I feel like I should have done. And here I could have picked Ronaldo, but I passed. I could have picked Royce, but I passed. Could have picked Neymar, passed. Alexis Sanchez gets Sturridge, that little extra bit of chemistry. We're going to be targeting BPL players kind of put around him. With your captain, you kind of get your focal point you're going for right there. Could have gone Yaya, could have gone De Bruyne. De Bruyne was going to obviously be the option in this one. Schneiderlin, great holding midfielder, toss right on in. Now, Hulk's the only one really creating a problem in our attack. Otherwise, we're all BPL and we're all smiles, because a high chemistry team, a lot of times for me, is far more important than having the absolute best players out there. I think you put yourself at an advantage, especially if it's a formation that you're comfortable with, which these 4-3-3 variations I am very much so. Vertonghen and Cahill across the back, happy as can be with those two options. And the keeper, I was hoping for a Joe Hart, a Courtois, a Lloris. Yeah, Leno is the highest rated, and not, nobody in there is what we're going for. And then we get our next keeper batch, which was brutal. I thought, okay. Costil maybe gives me the French option if I get a French center back or something along those lines that I can maybe make work. Nonetheless, not what we were hoping for at all. And again, more difficulty is going to go ahead and pick up Socrates because he has good chem off of Schmelzer. Oh, actually, do I pick Socrates? I want to say that I do. Yeah, for the Schmelzer chem on that one. Going to go ahead and pick up. Wait for it. Who did I want to go with? This is going to obviously be a bench player in that situation. So I thought having Ben Arfa's 5-star skills is fun. And informed Ben Arfa, fantastic. I had him a draft on my main account. Really enjoy using him. Lucas, probably one of my favorite super subs to have on the bench and draft. Of course, we talked about him before. The inform Insignia. Don't mind if I do add him to this team. We'll see if he can score some important goals for us as we progress further forward. Now we've got Abate giving another option if I get an Italian center back. Basically what I'm trying to do is give myself all sorts of potential options. Now Clichy right there is great because I can play him as a right back on 7 chem, and it's really not going to be that detrimental to what we're trying to do. We nulled him, pick him on up. I'm going to go ahead and fill out another one of those midfield spots nicely for that. So swap them around. And Clichy, if I put him over there, I can get De Bruyne's nice little chem on him. Make sure he's way up there at the 7 chem. And we're going to be in bit of business once I come to this realization. Obviously, speaking about this after the fact, but while it's happening, you're like, all right, what's the best way of working this around? It's like, oh, yeah. Okay, I see that option. That is exactly what we're going to go with right there. Danilo, a great player to have on the bench. You can bring him on as a midfielder, holding midfielder, center back, right back, anywhere kind of in the midfielder at the back. You're going to be perfectly fine with that option, so I don't really even need to leave Socrates on the bench, though I'm pretty sure I do, because this was not really a great draft. And many of you guys that have played a lot of draft, you'll look at it and you'll be like, ugh. When you don't get a great draft, you almost want to lose in the first round just to get it over with. All right, maybe that's a me thing because you've obviously paid the entry fee, so you want to do your best, and you are of course going to do your best. But you're like, and I'm not really crazy about any of these players. Ooh, the Inform Mustafi, he had him. I didn't even notice. I really want that card from my main account. Mustafi, one of my favorite center backs last year, and again, really like him. I want to do the Inform Mustafi, Inform Laporta BBVA side. I think they look like a terrific pairing. Also, Pepe. Great center back this year. He just seems to work out really nicely. Had him in a few drafts on my main account recently, and I've been like, yeah, I hate saying it because I dislike Pepe in real life, but he's good. He's good on draft, and that's when you're trying to win and make the most of your FIFA points, your coins, or whatever, so you can get the good rewards to bring in the good players to sell them for more to build your ultimate team. Then you're gonna take players even if you dislike them. Leno. Oh, watching this back is just as frustrating as when it happened because it was the 45th minute. I tried to clear it out. Did I try to clear it first time? I don't know. I'd have to go back and check when I started charging it up. It looks like I might have tried to take a touch, and it just wasn't a fantastic touch. Ronaldo nips in, pokes it away, and it goes right into the back of the net. Don't give Alexis Sanchez that much time at the top of the box. What are you doing? Thundering shot into the far corner, making this one 2-1 in the 60th minute. And back in front. It's funny with draft, we went from having an incredible finale last time to a kind of competitive first game here. I obviously didn't necessarily make the most of all my chances. Managed to win that one back nicely. Lucas, oh, stop it. Of course we brought him on as a sub. He's too good to leave on the bench, especially because Eric Lamela on FIFA is an actual bum for me. An actual bum. He was so bad, and we brought on Insigne, of course, as well. And taken down for a penalty. He's going to go ahead and rage quit on out. But Lamela is a player that I can't quite put my finger on what it is about him, but I just don't like him on FIFA, and I wanted to take him off instantly. Now, it kind of goes against one of my general strategies for the draft, which is I'll let players, unless they're in a key position and they're absolutely terrible. So say you have to use like a really bad silver striker for chemistry just to get going, but you've got like Neymar, Ronaldo, or Messi, someone like that on the bench, then I'm probably going to bring him on almost right away. But Lamela is a solid enough player that he doesn't really need to get substituted, and I think it makes a big difference having a player on high fitness to bring into the match. I think they impact the game a lot more that way. So I try to hold off, but I found myself wanting to take Lamela off almost instantly, which is really, really bad. Also, was not crazy about this informed Sturridge card. That was a really, really clumsy goal, and I guess we'll take it. The game reading that his player was dribbling back into his keeper, and it just ends up sliding by. You kind of don't feel great about those goals, but you take them in draft. And this is one of those things I talked about kind of last time as well. Lovely ball in there from Alexis. Even better header from Sturridge. And for as much as I might say that I don't like Sturridge, he did score some important goals. He just doesn't quite fit the style that I really like to play, but he is definitely a very effective player. I think he'd be looking best in a two-striker set, even though he's big enough for sure to play as a lone striker, definitely pacey enough as well and has some good finishing. I think he'd be more effective having a bit of a strike partner up front. So 2-0 in this one, 36th minute. All the way now to the 90th minute where this one would come to a close. So job done. Moving on, two up, two down for this not so crazy draft squad. Kevin De Bruyne definitely has been great in the midfield, though you didn't see any of the highlights from him. He was definitely a bit of a menace. I really, really am enjoying using him in that spot. So that is where we are going to come to a close in this episode of Draft to Power. If you guys are enjoying this series, maybe drop a like or thumbs up. You don't have to by any means, but if you enjoy it and you like seeing this stuff, and maybe you like seeing the consistent content as well, it's encouraging for me. I like seeing it. It makes me feel all tingly on the inside. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, thank you all very much for tuning in. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.